As I showed in an earlier video, I still found a little bit too much metal shavings in this bogey that's been apart now several times. Decided to open it again. The lid didn't really want to come out. Decided to rig up a way to pull on it. Have since found an easier way that I will show later in this video. But some pulling, some tapping and some wedging, and it came undone. With the lid off, the axle could be pulled out. Started undoing. I thought that these sprockets on the side here could be brought out now. I wanted to ensure that the bearings on them, they move super easy and everything, so, and I can't hear anything, I can't really suspect them, but if they would have been possible to lift out now through this hole, I would have probably lifted out all of them, but it seems impossible. So to have that take them out, I think you have to remove the hub and feed them down. Once you have one side out, you can probably get the others out through that hole. Started looking at the sprocket in the middle that showed a little damage. They had some failure in this gearbox, but they said it was properly fixed. I'm not sure if I fully agree, but here you can see where I found some new damage. The old picture from last time it was opened was at the bottom, and the new damage at the top. So decided to change out this sprocket and had ordered a new one just to find more problems. When I pulled the sprocket off, it turned out that the splines on the axle are kind of damaged also, and couldn't really justify putting the brand new sprocket on a axle with this damage, so ended up with a used unit that included the sprocket, used axle and sprocket. Put the sprocket inside the gearbox I had out back in place. Tightened the bolt securing that. Back in with the axle, and as usual it refused to slide right in, so had to start the machine and let go of all the brakes and be able to have it move back and forth a little before being able to get it in there. And then the bearing didn't really want to seat, it kind of jammed on there, but the breaker bar with a claw at the back and being able to tap on the bearing itself, that slid in. Cleaned up the sealing surface for the lid, but the lid just refused to go on there. Didn't want to break any more bearings. Did try a little heat and thought it would help, but no good. So here I used a simpler solution with longer bolts that pushes on the axle and pushes the lid out, so that's what I'm gonna use in the future. Realized there was kind of a ridge kind of worn into the lid that was ground away. This is actually the next day, so I wiped away the silicone for sealing, and here we're adding new silicone again, and with that ridge removed, the lid slid right on there, so that's back together now at least. And with everything bolted back up, it was just a matter of filling that. We topped up the bogey, and then we drained the kind of void on the side of the differential. The wheels were put back in place also, so we could lower it down and to gain access to draining that void on the side of the differential. Had started using a chain block, so it's easy to go up and down a little, and you can put it down and move the lifting hooks a little. Draining that void and then topping up the differential, because that loses a little oil when you pull the axle.